Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and I'm here. We're here. Sorry, I don't know why I say I. I left you out. We are here to talk to you about our September 4th picks for the FOC. I'm saying everything backwards today. Sorry about that. G and I work for Penguin Random House, and we manage sales into the direct comic market around the world. So the titles that we talk about in these videos are from publishers that we can represent into those markets. Also note that we're on social media. So you can find us at PRH International Comics on X, Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on YouTube. So feel free to visit us and comment. So without further ado, let's get started. And the first pick is mine. And this is a trade foregather on Christmas Eve. This is stories by Eric Powell, Mike Mignola, James Herron, and Becky Cloonan, also illustrated by all four of them illustrate their own stories. And this is coming out on December 19th from Dark Horse. This is a hardcover trade. This was announced in San Diego Comic Con, and I think it's so cool. I I didn't really know that there was a tradition at some point of telling ghost stories, or there's a tradition of telling ghost stories uh, on Christmas Eve. Um, so that was interesting to me too. But I believe Eric Powell was the one who got the idea, and then he got together with his friends, these other three writers, and each one tells a ghost story. Uh, and it's the way the description talks about it. It sounds like they're sort of in the story of telling the stories. You know what I mean? So it's all four of them, the writers in the book, telling the stories to each other. And like I said, they also illustrate their own stories. So this is a very, very cool concept, and I am looking forward to this because I love cool stories. Next up.
Next up is my cover pick for this FOC. This is Operation Sunshine, issue number 1. This is cover art by Malachi Ward. What's cool about this is written by the host of the last podcast on the left. And I chose this cover because of the awkward, like, family portrait type of image that we have here, and how clearly they're clearly posing and doing their best. But yeah, but
Yeah.
they have their own individual personalities, even if they're like stiff in the photo. But I really like the cover art on this one. I did want to talk a little bit about it just because the new issue 1, and I find it really interesting. So this is about young alienated vampires known as bugs who plot to steal a magical object from other but monstrous vampires, and that object is known to turn them back into humans. So they want to go back to humanity. And on this journey, they like uncover like a monstrous, like underground, top secret plots that is happening underneath it all. And then they run into like elite vampire slayers. There's like a whole bunch of madness that is blocking their journey and their path to humanity. And it's a ride that you should definitely go on. So this is my pick again for this FOC. This is actually my another pick, and it's Space Usagi Yokai Hunter. This is a one shot. This is a 1 in 10 incentive variant by Peach Momoko. Well, the cover is by Momoko. And this is like a fan favorite series that's returning with this one shot. So this special will include like full color illustration or like art inside. And I chose this one because how can you not? This is
Yeah.
Peach Momoko, who is uh, insanely nice, but also very talented. And I think she does, like, you can definitely see how much she enjoys doing art for like horror. And this is like borderline cute horror. But this is adorable. I love the cover so much and had to pick it and showcase it for this week.
Awesome. Next up is another one of my picks. This is Star Wars Darth Vader 39. This is the Nabetsu Citro, the Hondo Star Wars Clone Wars 15th anniversary variant. This is part of the Dark Droids. This comic, this issue, is part of the Dark Droids storyline that's happening across all the Star Wars titles this month. So I mean, I picked this. I picked already a few other Clone Wars 15th anniversary covers. I picked a couple of the EMGist ones. I picked an Ahsoka one, and I think I picked uh was it Commander Cody? I think so. And there's other ones, and I love that now we have this artist Nabetsu Citro doing also not just this one but other covers that I will be coming out. He's going to be doing one in Star Wars Bounty Hunters 39 for Rex. He's going to be doing one for Star Wars number 39 of Rota, who's a baby Hut that was in the series, and also for Darth Maul in Star Wars Doctor Aphra number 37. And I love the art, definitely very beautiful, very cool, but I definitely love this character, and he's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars all across, and he's only been in the animated series so far in Clone Wars and in Rebels, and he's just a swindler and a smuggler, but he's very friendly, and it's one of those characters that he's not great, but you just have to love this guy, and the dialogues that they do for this character are amazing always, because he's always like with his dialogue trying to get you like to basically work for him and do stuff for him, and he's funny and everything, and the great Gene Cummings did the voice for the animated version. And if you don't know Gene Cummings, I mean, he's done many. He's one of those voice actors that's been doing voices forever. But I think most famously, I think he's known for doing Winnie the Pooh, the Winnie the Pooh voice, and I think also Tigger. I think he might have done both. So definitely looking forward to this one. And like I said, look for the other Clone Wars 15th anniversary variants, not just from Nabetsu Citro, but from other artists. So there we go.
Okay, and then next up, I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures. This is the Halloween special variant. We have the 1 in 10 and then the 1 in 25 without the trade dress. And the art is done by Elizabeth Beals. Had to choose this because of how, like, in the background, you have the turtles, like, dressing up in costume, but then you have these kids down below on the forefront that's dressing up as the turtles, and I love that that's together in this
Yeah.
one scene that we see here. It's just really cool. I love the cat ears and the clear indulgence of the candy. I don't know, it's a really fun cover, really enjoy it, had to pick this. This is like a double-sized, issue, with this one, and, to get into the spirit of Halloween, this is definitely something you want to pick up as well.
Yeah. Very cool. And speaking of this comic and Halloween and the holidays around the time of Halloween, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures Halloween special also, but this is variant D, Dia de los Muertos, and this is covered by Jay Gonzo. And obviously, this is such a cool Latinos, especially Mexicans, will recognize this as a very cool um, skeleton. I know there's a name for these skeletons, and I don't know. I'm sorry. Uh, if you know, please put them in the comment. But also, it has the flower. That there's also, if you know the tradition of Dia de los Muertos, there's also a lot of flowers involved, and this is showing Raphael. But that's not all. If we go to the next slide, there's actually Jim Gonzo created 4 of cover for these. So then there's going to be a Leonardo one for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 145, cover C. And then the next one, we have Donatello and we have Michelangelo, and we have them in here for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan #1, and Teenage Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution #1. So these are so amazing. These are great for collecting, and not just for fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but also if you love and collect and like to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. These are perfect, and they're so beautiful. And I love the detail. Like I said, the details of the flowers, because the flowers also have so much to do with this, and how he matched the flowers to each turtle's color.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then you might have seen a sneak peek of our news.
Yeah, you kind of spoiled the
I
next
got
one.
trigger happy. So
okay.
this one had to put in beneath the trees where nobody sees. This is issue #1. We not all of the covers are revealed, but we have some to show you this time around. The one that you're seeing right now, we have the trade dress, and then without trade dress, and this is the Horvath full, like the art, the cover art for this. And Horvath is also the illustrator and like the creator, the interior artist as well. So if you see the art and you like the art on the cover, you'll be sure to have similar art, beautiful art on the inside as well. So this one, just to tell you a little bit about the premise, there is a cardinal rule that this main character, Samantha Strong, has, and it's basically don't kill the locals, which seems like an easy rule to follow. Like, how hard could that be? And the reason why Samantha Strong has that rule is because Samantha has worked so hard to like to build, to be in a community and to have like a peaceful life away from the city, in the forest, with other anthropomorphic animal like folk, townspeople alongside, neighbors, friendly people in this town, does not want to disturb the peace. So the rule of no murder extends within the borders. But
Yeah.
Samantha's like, it's a free for all in the city because like
Yeah.
everyone goes missing in the city.
Exactly.
No one really cares. And the city is playtime for Samantha, who has a deep, dark secret of murder in the city. So Samantha goes beyond the town limits into the big and bustling concrete that is the city,
Yep.
to indulge in the murders. So this one is such an interesting concept. Obviously, something happens in here that kind of riles up the town that Samantha lives in, because a mysterious death happens, and to Samantha it's like, how dare you? Because I have this rule.
Yeah.
How dare there be killings in my own turf? And it becomes uh, uh, like a domino effect. You'll have to read to find out more.
Yep.
They call this like a Dexter meets Winnie the Pooh, and like the art itself, like the interior, because Hector and I, we read the first issue, and liked it. But the interior reminds me of like storybook illustrations, which
Yep.
is really cool. It's like such a standout, and it kind of reminds me of like Angelina Ballerina, if you know that
Yeah.
mouse with beautiful interior,
Yep.
like illustrations, but then it also reminds me of Richard Scarry because of like the
It's so
whole
scary,
animal like town folk people in like a small like
Like
contained town.
the town actually
Yeah.
looks a lot like the busy town from Richard Scarry. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's that
yeah.
connection there, and I'm sure
Hmm.
it inspired Patrick Hoover.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then I'll run through some of the covers. So we have, and like the same with the covers, like a storybook kind of cover. We have the Rosmo storybook variant. We have the colored version, but then we have the black and white, which is a 1 in 50. There's also the same like artist on this, but a different variant B by Rosmo, and then a 1 in 25 black and white
These are for issue
variant.
2. These are for issue 2.
Oh yeah, yeah, these are for issue 2. I should have
Yeah.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then this one here also, this is issue 2. And this is Horvath, who's the creator, did covers for these. These are really cool
Yeah, this is
covers. I
2 and
really
3
much
main
enjoy it. 2 and
main cover
3.
for. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Really
We
awesome. Really
also, I
cool.
don't know if you mentioned at the beginning, but just want to clarify that this is not on this FOC, this upcoming FOC. This is for the September 11th FOC that we're just doing like as part of our news, and it goes on sale on October 18th. Just
And
wanted to
this
put that out there.
Yeah, and this is also part of the IDW originals, which
Yep.
is really cool that we have something so creative as this coming out of that line, which is amazing and awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's cool that they're doing different things and not sticking with just one theme. It's like the originals and IDW are trying to, and we've seen that in the last few books too, that there's different genres that are being
mhm.
represented in these.
And
Although
what
this
I
is
like,
it's completely different than everything because it's like a storybook and killer horror. So I don't know if I'm sure there is killer teddy bears out there, but I haven't seen it like this before.
and like don't let the like the happy, peaceful, like
Hmm.
that's the art, but it does get gruesome,
Yeah,
which is like really this is why it's so enjoyable because you get to see like the calm and like the
yeah,
idyllic town, but then it really gets in there.
yeah, yeah.
As you can see with like the main cover for issue number 1 with like
The blood.
Samantha, who's the bear that's like dragging like a body in a body bag with blood
Yeah.
trailing behind.
And I
So
mean, with
yeah.
this one, with the issue 2, you have a woman pig walking down the street and she sees in the window of a butcher shop, there's pig heads and ham and
And even the
sausages.
cat, like you can only see half of the cat's
Yeah,
face, but then if you look at the hand, how like
yeah,
that's like
the paw, the
I'm
paw.
like concerned about whoever's in that bed.
I mean, already Siamese cats creep me out, but this is this like it had to be a Siamese cat, obviously, on this
But
because
then
they're
also
just
like
so
the
creepy.
light,
Yeah, and the light and
like
everything.
the like the cracked light.
Yeah, and the
There's just
open
something
door, looking through the
like
open door. Yeah. Of
ominous about this scene. Yeah. Mhm. Oh,
course. All
I
right.
forgot to mention there's actually one more. This is well, we're going through like some cover images that is revealed that you can see here. So this is issue number 3. We don't have the image for one of the covers. It will likely be probably the colored version of the black and
Yeah,
white
I think
if
that's
we're
what it will
going with the
be. Yeah.
trend of how
Hmm.
they're like releasing these. So which I can't wait to see the color version as well to see how that looks. But yeah, really cool cover by Rosmo as well, another storybook cover.
Excellent. And that's it. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Like I mentioned before, you can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, X, on Facebook, and obviously on YouTube under at International PRH International Comics. We love to hear from you, so leave us comments, and we hope you come back and watch these videos every week, and the ones that we do every month too. All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.